Hey everyone, Mango7 here. How we doing today? Today we're gonna take a look at my Hero Fest 4 predictions. I get asked this a lot on stream. Like, there's always something that gets asked a ton, depending on the time of day, what's coming in Fire Emblem Heroes. There's always something that's always asked, like over and over and over again, and that's, Mango, what do you think is on Hero Fest 4? And for one, we don't even know Hero Fest 4 is coming. It's all just in our heads. We're all just kind of hoping it comes at the end of the month. During the Golden Week like it did last year. For 2, we're not sure if it's going to stay the same course as before. And 3, it's so hard to guess because we just don't know. Like, so many things could change. They might throw it up. They might add different unit styles to it. They might break the pattern. They might change the appearance rate. There's so many things they can do. So for this video, I'm going to assume that it's going to be the exact same as before. It's going to be 5% rate. It's going to be one of each color. It's not going to be seasonal. I'm also going to assume it happens at the end of the month. Just taking that as a grain of salt for how I'm predicting these things and how right or wrong I may be. I'm also going to be assuming that this Hero Fest will be on new accounts from here on out. That does change what type of unit you do put on these anyway. So first off, let's start with the colors, and we're gonna go through a couple colors here and kind of decide which fits best in the colors. So for green, we have these two little buddies at the bottom here. We have our Robin and we have our Myrrh. I'm looking at green options and it really just, there's nothing at all compares to these two right now. Not only for their power level, Grima is one of the most powerful units in the entire game right now, especially in these new rival domains, in these new Grand Conquest style maps. He's super duper bonkersly insane. Myrrh is kind of the same. She's also super bonkers, she's also super duper good, and most importantly, they're both dragons and people want all of them, and they want a lot of them, and they're super good. Can I stress that enough? They're also good fodder too, if you think about it. So I think it's going to be one of these two units, absolutely positively for sure. I'm leaning towards Myrrh, specifically because I feel like the fallen units are too recent to be thrown onto a Hero Fest. So my end guess for this is going to be Myrrh. I really don't see it being either of these two units, assuming they stick to their same guns as they were before, the same rules for picking units, the same style pattern, the same non-seasonal. Otherwise it could be somebody like Winter Lissa instead. So that's my guess for green. We're gonna leave Myrrh up there because that's the one I think it's gonna be. As for colorless, I think Elise is just gonna take it. I'm looking at the units and there's like Innis, there's Elise, there's Mist. Nothing even close to comes out as popular as Elise, so I feel like this is another shoo-in. This is also very hopeful for me. I'm also crossing my fingers it is Elise because I will finally get her. There's no way a 5% banner goes by with Elise and I don't pull for her. So I definitely feel like Elise is going to be one of those ones that's taking a spot. So that's 2 of the 4. And the other colors get a little more unpredictable. So let's start off with the red here. There's actually more than this that I thought there could be. But these were the 4 I'm kind of limited it to. Notice they're all swords, they're all powerhouses. One is Zelgius, obviously, he is super duper good. He's good for all sorts of things right now. He's great for hero merit farming, by the way. He's another Black Knight who basically solos all the lunatic modes. He's one of the best plus 10 units in the game, especially if you give him a bunch of SI. Super popular, I think. People seem to really like him. And then there is Alm, who is one of those standouts who I didn't even think about until I looked at what options were available. But I feel like with Alm's double Lion refine, he is so unbelievably good. And not only that, but he also, poor Elise's head is getting, gotta get you down there, girl. Just run away from the Black Knight. He also slaughters Myrrh and he slaughters Robin, 2 of the things that are causing so much problems within the current game, and I think he's going to be one of those ones people really want to get at plus 10, and there hasn't been an opportunity until now, so Alm is a pretty good shoo-in for this too, and he's one of the ones I'm aiming towards. Before he wasn't even in my radar. Ooh, there's also Elincia. Elincia is so good. If I ever feel like if I'm ever doing any content and I'm like, wow, I really should stop failing this, I bring in Elincia. That's it. Done. Easy. Bring her in, bring some flyers in, give her Azura or Airzura as well. and she kills everything, like literally everything. You just toss her in there, it's dead. Just buff her up, it's all good. There is nobody in the game, I feel, that has helped me through tough spots as close to Elincia. And this is on my main I'm talking about. If I'm ever on like Arena Assault map 7, I literally just like, and Elincia is left, I throw her in there. She takes everything out. So unbelievably good. I could definitely see her being in this list as well. And finally, we have Ira. We all know Ira. We all know how awesome she is, how great she looks. She's a little... may have some rivals now in terms of Fear and Karel, but probably not. So she's still staying strong for this. Initially, when I looked at this, just going from memory before I even looked at things, I kind of assumed it was going to be Ira just because she's so popular. But now I'm kind of leaning towards Alm. I think Alm is one of those ones that is really good on the Hero Fest too, because he is a popular character. A lot of the newer players know of him from the recent releases of Echoes of Valentia. I think that's the right game. And I think he's going to be the one to stay, primarily too because of dragons, and I feel like they set him up for this. So we're going to leave Alm in there. Ooh, that's not the one I wanted to drag. Alm in there as our third choice. Looking great so far for our options. We have a dragon, we have a cute little pigtail healer, and we have a destroyer of worlds. So finally, for blue was really tough. There's not much left in blue, guys. We have Tana. There was also Hinoka, which was an option. We have Micaiah, and we have Harden. So I think the best from a fodder, from overpowered standpoint, it's gotta be Harden, but I'm not sure if it's too soon. Like, I feel like he has been released too recently to go on a Hero Fest banner. And as good as he is, as insane as he is, I don't know how his popularity rises compared to these other two units. And Tana here is in the back. I don't think she's going to be it, but she was a consideration. I feel like she's super popular. She's the one I want the most because I do want her on my team. I don't have her. I would like her to be the 5% choice. And then there is Micaiah, who I think is like a powerhouse in terms of popularity over in Japan. So I'm kind of guessing Micaiah is going to be the one that's going to stand out in the crowd here. Harden is a very real possibility, and Tana maybe, but I don't see it. And again, we look at these from the view of, is this going to make them money? How much are people going to pull from it? And not only that, but we need to also assume that this Hero Fest is going to be on new accounts from here on out. So you have to kind of pick units that you think are going to be really good for new accounts. So that is why I ended up going with Micaiah and these other ones. So these are my final four. These are what have stand to rise above all else in Hero Fest 4. And if this happened, boy oh boy, this is a really solid banner. I think Wales are going to be extremely happy to see Alm there. I think Alm is one of those ones people really want plus 10, but he hasn't really been accessible. He's been on one banner sharing 4 units, I think, and this is after he got buffed. So I think this will be a really good opportunity to capitalize on people's money for that. I feel like Elise is always one of the most wanted units in the game, especially with this new Grand Conquest battle, with healers being so good. I know I'll be pulling for more than one Elise, I would have to say. Micaiah is one who is really good against armor, is really good against a lot of things, so I feel like she's going to be there as well. And we have finally Myr, who's just super bonkers, and I think if they don't think Robin is too early to be put on Hero Fest 4, then Robin will be there instead of Myr, but I feel like it'll be one of those two. As for what I would do if this came out, I'd have a really hard time because on one hand, I would for sure be pulling for at least one Elise. I would also try to be pulling for Myr Merges, and I would be having a rough time. I'd have to spend my 180, 250, 300. I'll have about 300 orbs by the time this comes out. I'll have to spend those orbs and see where I got and see how lucky I got with Myr, because you never know. With these banners, if you could just get really lucky with one unit over the course of 300-400 orbs, you can really push that plus 10 and really try to get lucky. So anyway, that's my rambling for you guys for today. I hope you enjoyed this. Feel free to like, comment, subscribe as always, and I would love to hear in the description below what you guys think of this, how close I am. And if you like these prediction style videos, do you like me just rambling about my thoughts for a little bit, or do you just like click on the video, get out, and that's about it? I'm sure those people wouldn't hear this question anyway, so have a wonderful day. See you guys later. Bye now.